Most developers out there, they treat Claude purely as a chat interface. You type, you wait, it replies. But what if I told you there's a version that never opens a window? One that never waits for your input and actually plugs directly into your continuous integration pipeline just like any other Unix tool? Welcome to this explainer on headless mode, right from Claude Master. We're going to look at the definitive way to shift Claude from a manual everyday chat tool into highly scalable automated infrastructure. Let's dive in.
So ask yourself this, is the chat interface actually your pipeline's slowest path right now? Think about your current workflow for a second. Are you literally copying logs, pasting them into a browser, and then just waiting around for an interactive window to respond? You know, treating an incredibly advanced AI like a simple chat tool actually inserts human latency into processes that really should be instant. Headless mode completely bypasses this limitation. It removes the interactive UI entirely.
And the sheer scale of efficiency you unlock here, it's staggering. Honestly, consider this number, 3. A single shell script can run 3 headless Claude agents in parallel on the exact same pull request. Imagine that. You've got one agent reviewing logic, a second auditing security, and a third checking performance, all happening simultaneously. You effectively collapse your entire review time down to the duration of your single slowest pass. That is absolutely huge.
Okay, so how does it actually work? The core mechanic behind all of this automation is the -p flag. When you're running Claude Code from a terminal, simply passing -p followed by a prompt string completely changes its behavior. Claude executes your requested task, writes the response directly to standard output, and then just exits with a standard status code. No UI, no waiting, just pure execution.
Let's look at how this translates in practice. You can actually pipe a build log from a standard shell script directly into Claude using that -p flag while simultaneously requesting JSON output. And the result? You get beautifully machine-readable data. Now pay attention to the session ID field generated in that output. Headless mode is totally stateless by default, sure, but capturing that session ID allows you to chain your calls together just by passing a resume flag on your next command. It's really that seamless.
Now, since we don't have an interactive session anymore, tool permissions absolutely have to be managed up front. Otherwise, your pipeline is just going to hang indefinitely, waiting for a keystroke that's never coming. So in a CI environment, you must use the permission mode don't ask flag and explicitly define your allowed tools. And here is a critical warning, actually scratch that, a vital warning. Avoid the dangerously skip permissions flag. Despite what the name implies, it still requires a physical key press. It will literally freeze your automated process.
Putting it all together, this transforms into a fully automated pipeline in just 4 simple steps. Step 1, your CI script captures the standard error output of a failing build. Step 2, it sends that log straight to Claude in headless mode. Step 3, Claude does its thing and outputs a structured JSON report. And finally, Step 4, a downstream tool, like JQ for example, parses that JSON and automatically posts a pull request fix. Boom! No engineer ever has to manually read that raw log.
And that pivot right there, requesting JSON output, is what elevates this whole workflow. By using the output format JSON flag, you're transforming Claude's response from, standard human-readable prose into a strict machine-parsable object. This is the exact moment headless mode stops being just a neat developer convenience and officially becomes rock-solid programmable infrastructure.
Of course, deploying this correctly means knowing exactly when to use which tool. You're going to want to choose headless mode for CI hooks, cron jobs, and scripts where you need results in minutes without writing full application code. On the other hand, choose the Agent SDK when you're embedding Claude into an app or managing parallel lifecycles. And definitely reserve the interactive mode for those moments when human judgment and open-ended exploration actually add real value. All right, if you take nothing else away from this explainer, let it be this. Headless mode fundamentally redefines Claude. Seriously. By just adding the -p flag, Claude is no longer an AI chatbot. It transforms into a standard, CI-safe Unix process. It takes standard input, it produces standard output, and it provides an exit code that you can programmatically check. It fits absolutely seamlessly into the pipelines you've already built. The jump from manual chat to full automation is truly just one flag away. It's kind of wild to think about. For a much deeper dive on this, including 3 full worked examples and a really great guide on avoiding common pitfalls, go ahead and review the source material over at claudemaster.net. So, looking at your own development workflow today, I have to ask, what part of your pipeline are you going to automate into a single flag first?